You'll be aware that many retired U.S. military leaders have publicly called for the U.S. government to ensure that the residents of Camp Ashraf are unharmed. Their sole concern is the honor of the U.S. military, which extended a promise of protection to the residents of Camp Ashraf 8 years ago. That promise has twice been violated by Iraq's military forces. U.S. laws governing arms transfers and security assistance, the Arms Export Control Act, and the Leahy Law enforcing human rights standards would appear to have been violated and must be upheld. Iran's leaders see a strategic opportunity here to harm our reputation and credibility as a superpower at a time when the future of the Middle East is being contested. Second, you will find in my prepared remarks reference to an independent assessment I wrote in August, which will, I hope, be part of the electronic record of this hearing. The European court cases dismissing terrorism charges against the MEK did not say that the MEK had repented and ceased its terrorist behavior. They said that the MEK's violent actions over 2 decades, from 1981 to 2001, all aimed at the regime in Tehran, had never been terrorism. I am very concerned that the American people are not informed about Iran's worldwide intelligence activities, deceptive information operations, and leveraging of hostages, trade opportunities, and nuclear talks in an effort to make Western governments accomplices in its war against these exiled regime opponents. The residents of Camp Ashraf are in danger today, but so is American influence in the Middle East if we do not connect the dots, widen our aperture, and better understand Iran's actions and strategic political objectives on all fronts. I thank you, sir.
Let me make it clear at the outset that I'm speaking from my perspective of having 25 years of experience in very difficult humanitarian situations. First of all is this question of the impossible deadline we've heard of the closure of Camp Ashraf by December 31st of this year. That deadline needs to be extended, I would suggest, for at least 6 months, to enable the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees to put into place the procedures and standards to determine whether or not people individually meet the criteria of refugee status. And there's some things that follow from that in terms of the way those determinations are made. Then the process needs to begin, although it has already begun, of looking for countries which will accept and receive the residents of Camp Ashraf who've been determined to be refugees. And here the role of the U.S. government is critical.
Perfect timing. Colonel Martin.
Sir. Mr. Chairman, I appreciate this opportunity to address the joint committees. We have a saying in combat, if you find yourself in a fair fight, you didn't come prepared. To my left is Lieutenant Colonel Julie Norman, who was the Joint Interagency Task Force Commander at Camp Ashraf as well, and worked closely with the Mujahideen. The attacks that we have seen numerous times on the video is included in a very extensive packet I have provided. Two of the people in there I wish to point out. One is Sabah. She was born in 1981 in an Iranian prison. And the other one is Majid, born in 1961, mechanical engineer, both educated in Germany. Having served at Camp Ashraf and worked with many people like Sabah and Majid, I can honestly say the residents of Camp Ashraf are not terrorists. And it was the Quds Force recently that was planning the Saudi ambassador attack. And our State Department response then was, well, we need to see how high up the leadership this plot went. As the anti-terrorism officer for Iraq, I can assure everyone it went all the way to Khamenei. And then we have the rumors. We heard a lot of them, and I hope today I'll be able to address a lot of those rumors and take them apart one by one. And I used to take them apart when I was the base commander at Camp Ashraf, as did Julie Norman. We talked about review the FTO status, the fact and the law. Well, the fact and the law is they are wrongfully placed on that list. They're only foreign. They don't no threat against the United States. They were on my flank. And also, they don't have the means anymore. So if we talk about the fact and the law, they need to be removed. And then I hope we have a chance to talk about this, putting them in a consolidated location, because I have even more information, I think, from the State Department. Sir, I thank you.
I will proceed, and take whatever time I will consume. Let me get this straight, Mr.